ليكن يومك للشعب ودادا ليكن حبك للأرض مداد قلم أنت فكم عبرت عنها وبنيت المجد أطوادا شداد أنت يا ملهم شعب.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In this edition, we are looking at the warning of the believers against imitating others, copying what is not in line with the sunnah of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Messenger of Allah himself was warned severally not to take the code of his life from the people of the books, those who are given books before him. And that is why he was given a complete code of life that has all systems, very unique. The social system of Islam is very unique. The economic system is very unique. The political system is very unique. Everything about Islam is very unique. Even though the Quran has come to confirm the original contents of the books given to Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam, the Torah, the Injil and others, yet because they have deviated from the path of Allah that the prophets put them, Allah warns the believers from emulating them. And that is contained in various verses of the Quran, warning the believers from copying what is not in line with the teachings of their deen. Allah says, for instance, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu in Surah Al-Imran, in tuti'u fariqan min alladhina utul kitab yaruddukum ba'da imanikum kafirin. If you, O you believers, if you follow a group of those who are given books before you, they will turn you to disbelievers. But فَكَيْفَ تَكْفُرُونَ? How will you disbelieve? وَأَنْتُمْ تُتْلَى عَلَيْكُمْ آيَاتُ اللَّهِ. Why the verses of Allah are recited unto you? وَفِيكُمْ رَسُولٌ. And the messenger of Allah is in your midst. So you need to know that you have a system that can run on its own. And that is why the messenger of Allah tailored all his traditions, all his teachings to be distinct from their own way of life. He made them in Medina, he made the Jews there in Medina. Yet, he did not allow any of his teachings to run in line with their own. Starting from their parents, for instance. The Jews, they used to leave their mustache and they would shave their beard. He said, oh, you believers, you don't do that. وَفِرُوا اللِّحَى وَأَحْفُوا الشَّوَارِبِ. You leave your beards and remove your mustache. So when they see you, they know that this is a Muslim. So you can see that when you see a Muslim, it's easier for you to identify them the way they even appear. Even regardless of the kind of clothes they put, even if they put on shirt, it doesn't matter. But unfortunately today, they are now the one copying the believers with big beards. If in those days, if you see a beard, you know that you say Salaam Alaikum. But now, that is not an ID for the believers again, because they are now copying us. Allah forbid interest to all those who have religious, heavenly revealed book. Even the Torah, it was forbidden. But they, out of their own way, they legalize it against some people. Those are not part of them. But Allah asked the Prophet to condemn it in a very serious term. And the argument has been that وَحَلَّ اللَّهُ الْبَيْعَ وَحَرَّمَ الرِّبَى. They claim that interest usually is just like trade. And Allah has made it forbidden. He made trade allowed, and he made usually for people. I said no. On the day of Qiyamah, those who eat riba, those who eat usually, لَا يَقُومُونَ إِلَّا كَمَا يَقُومُ الشَّيْطَانُ الْمَسِّ. They will not rise except like somebody that is touched by shaitan. They will rise like a madman on the day of Qiyamah because they eat riba. So this distinctive feature of Islam runs throughout the system of Islam. Look at the Qibla that we follow. They were following Qudus. Initially, the brother was following, he was not comfortable following Qudus. But Allah turned him to Kaaba. And they were saying, oh, Ma wallahum an qiblatihim allati kanu alayha. What changed them from the direction they were facing before? So there are so many things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used to legalize, to make Islam distinct from others. For instance, and some of them, they appreciate some of these things, even though it's not allowed in their own books. For instance, the evil of multiple marriage, polygyny. Some of them will be married technically to one, and having all side chicks around the place. But in Islam, you are allowed to marry 2, 3, 4 if you have the capacity. So some of them will say, oh, you don't know the value that you have, and that's your book. Islamic burial system is very simple. In fact, one of them came to Sayyidina Umar and said, oh Umar, there is a verse in your book. If we have had a verse like that, we will take the day that it was revealed as the day of our own Eid. And he said, what is that verse? He said, Al-yawma akmaltu lakum dinakum wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati wa raditu lakum al-Islam dina. And Allah says, today I've perfected your religion for you. I've completed my mercy on you, and I'm pleased with Islam as a religion for you. So Islam is complete. We don't need to borrow anything to make it up. And that's why Allah warned the believers from taking the people of the books as intimate friends. Intimate friends who will know you in and out. This we need to clarify this. There is a difference between taking somebody as intimate friends and dealing fairly with him. Islam has encouraged every believer to be fair in his dealing with all human beings, regardless of his faith. Because we live in a heterogeneous society. Sometimes you may have them in your family, in your neighborhood, in your place of work. When you deal with them, you should exhibit high moral standard by dealing with them fairly. So you don't be harsh to them, don't be unjust to them. That is not Islam. In fact, you should see the beauty of Islam in you. But that doesn't mean that you are not going to take them as intimate friend that will now be your advisor and will now be somebody that you try to emulate. In Surah Al-Mumtahana, Allah tried to differentiate between these two. He said, La yanhakumullah anil ladhina lam yuqatilukum fid din. Allah does not prohibit you from those who are not fighting you on account of you. Somebody will tell you, it's time you pray, go and pray. They will give you a place to pray. Why do you need to fight them? وَلَمْ يُخْرِجُكُم مِّن دِيَارِكُمْ. They are not sending you out of your dwellings. And they are not helping all enemies against you. So when you deal with them, be just and be kind. Inna Allah yuhibbul muqsitin. Allah loves those who are just. Above all, as believers, we need to adhere to the Sunnah of Rasulullah. It's enough for us. How many Sunnah have we implemented that we'll be looking for Bedia to make it up? So make sure that you improve on your knowledge of Islam so that you can know what is right. And when you don't know, make sure you ask those who know. فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ وَالسَّلَامُ عَلَيْكُمْ وَرَحْمَةُ اللَّهِ وَبَرَكَاتُهُ.
يا الأشتات أنت مذ عرفناك تحب القوم جمعا لا فرادا في خليج ومحيط عرفوا زايد ذاك الشهم من بالبذل ساد